If you are listening to these words, you have a vision inside you. I am not talking about a wish or a vague hope. I mean a vision, a fire that burns, a blueprint that calls you, a demand from your spirit that will not let you rest. Most men never even acknowledge that inner calling. They are too busy being distracted by every sound, every complaint from the world outside. They drift from task to task, week to week, always reacting, never creating. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. I'm here to wake you up and tell you you will never have peace, fulfillment, or greatness until you lock in on your vision and force the world to bend. Distraction is the killer of dreams. The majority live like leaves in the wind, tossed here and there by every problem, every rumor, every petty crisis. They never claim their power because they never claim their focus. If you keep looking around, worrying about what others are doing, what others have, or what others say, you will drown in irrelevance. There is no prize for the man who finishes everyone else's race. The only reward is reserved for those who fix their gaze, ignore the noise, and walk through fire for what matters most to them. Make this your creed. I will focus until my vision is real, no matter who doubts, mocks, or misunderstands me. Every day you wake up, the world will tempt you to dilute your vision. The world will hand you excuses, distractions, shortcuts, and pleasures that numb the pain of progress. Your job is not to be well-rounded or balanced, not if you want greatness. Your job is to become a fanatic for your cause. The mountain does not move for the man who is half interested. It moves for the man who becomes obsessed. Obsessed enough to turn off distractions, say no to invitations, sacrifice comfort, and ignore the siren song of mediocrity. If people call you too intense, you are getting close. If you feel alone, you are on the right path. Remember, the average person does not become a legend. You do not need more motivation. You need more discipline. The difference between the dreamers and the achievers is not luck, not talent, not opportunity. It is the capacity to stick with a vision through drought, through boredom, through doubt, and even through ridicule. Every time you resist a distraction, you become stronger. Every time you shut out the noise and double down on your purpose, you send a message to the universe and to yourself. I am serious. I am inevitable. I will see this through until it is done. Guard your mind like a fortress. This is not a metaphor. The enemy is real. Negativity, self-doubt, and envy are thieves. Do not let them inside your gates. Every complaint, every moment spent aimlessly, every comparison with someone else's is a brick in the wall that keeps you from your vision. Rip out every distraction by the root. Replace every excuse with action. If you lose a day to laziness, reclaim it with an hour of relentless focus the next day. The battle is not against the world. It is against your own willingness to settle. Write your vision. Make it vivid. Memorize it. Repeat it like a vow. Let it shape your language, your choices, your priorities. This is not the time to be vague. Your vision should be as sharp as a blade, clear enough to cut through every excuse and every obstacle. Stop talking about what you might do. Stop fantasizing about someday. You are either building your vision or you are building your regrets. You do not get to choose both. Most people fear failure. The achiever fears a life without purpose. There will be days when your vision feels impossible, when it seems like you are getting nowhere, when the voice of doubt is louder than the call of destiny. This is the testing ground. This is when champions are made, not on the days of applause, but on the days when nobody is watching, nobody cares, and you still keep going. This is when the dream tries to escape you. This is when you hold on with iron discipline and refuse to let go. Victory is not for the man who never falls. It is for the one who refuses to stay down. The universe does not reward good intentions. It rewards persistence. The only proof of commitment is action. You do not need to be the smartest, the most talented, or the most connected. You need to be the most consistent. Consistency is the signal you send to your subconscious mind and to the world that you are not here to play games. You are here to conquer, to create, to leave your mark. If you move forward every day, even by an inch, you will cross chasms that others dare not even approach. Make your progress inevitable by refusing to stop. Your mind is your greatest tool or your greatest liability. You must train it. When it wants to wander, bring it back. When it tells you to quit, command it to work. When it screams for comfort, deny it until it obeys. This is the art of self-mastery, and it is the secret behind every vision that was ever turned into reality. You cannot negotiate with your mind. You must dominate it. If you become the master of your own focus, you become the architect of your destiny. Do not look for shortcuts. Do not wait for someone to rescue you. Do not think that anyone else cares as much about your vision as you do. The world is busy fighting for its own dreams or running from its own fears. You owe it to yourself to do the hard work. Embrace the repetition. Embrace the discomfort. Embrace the grind that nobody sees, because that is where greatness is forged. Understand this. You will be tested. You will be misunderstood. People will try to talk you out of your obsession. They will give you advice from the safety of the sidelines. Ignore them. Listen only to your vision. Make your loyalty to it unbreakable. Every day, recommit. Every hour, refocus. Every setback, recommence. Do not let the passage of time blur the edges of your desire. Sharpen your focus until it becomes a weapon that nothing can dull. At the end of your life, you will not regret the distractions you avoided. You will regret the dreams you abandoned. The pain of discipline is sharp but short. The pain of regret is dull and endless. Choose your suffering wisely. If you pay the price now, you will collect the reward later. If you avoid the price, you will pay with your soul. Nothing is more expensive than a vision that dies inside you. Get clear. Get serious. Get obsessed. Your vision is not a hobby. It is your calling. Pursue it as if your life depends on it, because it does. The only thing standing between you and everything you want is the strength of your focus. Make it unbreakable. Make it ruthless. Make it the force that bends reality until your vision is undeniable. You will not just dream. You will do. You will not just hope. You will achieve. And when you do, the world will finally see what happens when a man stays focused until he wins. If you want to change your world, you must first take command of your attention. This is not an option for the few, it is a requirement for the great. Nothing destroys potential faster than scattered focus. Life will always offer you detours, distractions, and temptation. You must decide today to stop surrendering your destiny to every passing mood, every voice in the crowd, every trivial concern that tries to steal your concentration. Success is reserved for the man who refuses to dilute his energy. The more you guard your vision, the stronger it becomes. The more you practice focus, the more unbreakable you become. You will never rise above your dominant thoughts. If your mind is filled with doubt, you will act with hesitation. If you allow fear to roam unchecked, you will move timidly, if at all. This is not the way of the achiever. The world has taught you to react to circumstances, to bend with the wind, to fit in with the majority. Reject this mediocrity. The real leader stands apart because he chooses what to think and what to ignore. He decides what deserves his energy and what gets left behind. You must do the same. Train your mind to serve your vision, not your emotions. Your feelings may rebel, but your purpose must rule. Consider how much energy is wasted by the masses each day. They complain about politics, gossip about neighbors and other people's lives, and then wonder why nothing changes for them. Their vision is not weak, it's simply scattered. There are only so many hours in a day, only so much willpower in a mind. The winner learns to protect both. Every time you give in to distraction, you take fuel away from the fire of your dreams. Every time you refocus, you add new logs to that fire. Let others be victims of circumstance. Let others waste years chasing a dozen different goals. You must decide. My vision is worth more than temporary pleasure. My future deserves my full attention. The discipline to focus is the discipline to say no. You must say no to invitations that do not serve your purpose. Say no to endless notifications. Say no to mindless entertainment that leaves you emptier than before. Each no sharpens your yes. Every sacrifice you make for your vision builds a foundation that cannot be shaken. If you want to be exceptional, you must be willing to live differently from those who are content with average. Let them call you obsessed. Let them call you strange. They will not understand until they see you win. But focus is not simply about exclusion. It is about deliberate intention. You must decide what matters most, and then align every thought, every action, every hour of your life with that purpose. Do not allow yourself to wander. Set clear goals. Write them where you will see them every day. Review them every morning. Speak them aloud as a vow. Let your mind be saturated with what you intend to create. When distractions arise, measure them against your vision. If they do not build, protect, or accelerate your goal, discard them without regret. Ruthlessness is not cruelty. It is loyalty to your own destiny. You will notice, as your focus sharpens, that your confidence grows. This is not an accident. The more time you spend with your vision, the more real it becomes to you. Doubt and anxiety fade in the presence of a man who knows where he is going and why he must get there. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to see every step. You need only to lock in on the next step with complete attention and move with certainty. Confidence is built, not found. It is the product of daily alignment between your intention and your action. Focus produces results, and results multiply belief. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. You will make mistakes. These are not signals to abandon your vision. They are signals to double down on your discipline. Do not confuse a detour with a dead end. The journey of achievement is never a straight line. It is a test of your resilience, your creativity, and your resolve. Every setback is a challenge to your focus. Will you let disappointment scatter your energy, or will you use it to reinforce your commitment? The greatest successes are built not on uninterrupted progress, but on the refusal to lose sight of the end goal. Guard your associations. The people around you will either protect your focus or poison it. You cannot expect to stay focused on greatness if you surround yourself with complainers, doubters, or small-minded critics. Be polite, but be ruthless with your inner circle. Only allow those who fuel your ambition and respect your vision to influence your state of mind. Your vision is sacred. Treat it as such. If you want to soar, stop letting yourself be weighed down by those content to crawl. You are the average of your most dominant thoughts and your closest companions. Protect both. Every day, check in with your vision. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing now building my dream or burying it? Be honest and be willing to make changes. The path of focus is not a one-time decision. It is a daily discipline. You must choose it again and again, especially when it feels hardest. Progress will not always be visible, but momentum is always growing beneath the surface. If you remain true to your vision, the results will come often faster than you think. Remember, the world rewards the man who outlasts distraction. While others wander, you will advance. While others start and stop, you will build. While others grow tired, you will grow strong. This is not the path of comfort, but it is the only path to meaning. There is a joy that comes only from knowing you are moving every day toward the vision that sets your soul on fire. You will sleep better, stand taller, and speak with the certainty of a man who knows why he is alive. Stop waiting for the world to validate your vision. Stop hoping for applause before the work is done. Focus is its own reward. Discipline is its own victory. Every day you honor your vision, you become the kind of person who deserves it. You become worthy of success not by luck, but by consistency. This is the iron law. Stay focused, act daily, and reality will yield. Do not let years pass in the fog of half effort. Wake up, get clear. Make every day a brick in the wall of your vision. Sacrifice what you must. Say no to what distracts. Say yes to what builds. Over time, your vision will no longer be a hope. It will be a fact. And those who doubted you will wish they had been as focused as you. You are the architect. The world will bend to your focus. Decide. Commit. Build. Never look away. Never slow down. Make your vision your obsession, and you will have no choice but to achieve it. This is the price. This is the promise. Pay it now, and you will never regret it. Every man who ever accomplished something extraordinary in this world started with a vision that others could not see and a focus that others could not comprehend. The world is full of men who dabble, men who start a dozen projects, men who let every little demand interrupt their greater work. But the man who finishes, who wins, is the man who learns to aim his mind like a laser, not a flashlight. If you would see your vision turn into reality, you must become single-minded. You must let nothing come between you and what you have decided matters most. Discipline is not just about waking up early or keeping your desk clean. Discipline is the ruthless defense of your vision from everything that wants to weaken it. Life will offer you shortcuts, easy pleasures, and 100 shiny distractions every single day. You must learn to ignore them. This world was not built by the men who were busy, but by the men who were relentless. A scattered mind is the devil's playground. Every time you break your own focus, you send a message to your subconscious that your vision is negotiable. You must become the kind of person who is immune to interruption, immune to the opinions of the masses, immune to the temptation to abandon the path when it becomes difficult. Every morning is a new battle for your attention. Will you wake up and check the news, or will you review your goals? Will you reach for your phone, or will you reach for your vision? Will you waste the first hour of the day in reaction, or will you seize it with intention? How you begin each day is a declaration of what you value. The world will always be louder than your dreams if you let it. You must train yourself to listen more intently to your own purpose than to the chaos around you. Protect your morning like a king guards his castle, for the first thoughts of the day often determine the rest. Vision without strategy is a fantasy. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that dreaming is enough. It is not. Your vision demands a plan. Write down what you will achieve and break it into daily actions. Then, do not allow a single day to pass without building on your dream. Even the smallest advance counts. Small steps, repeated with discipline, create unstoppable momentum. Most people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they lack the patience to remain consistent. The harvest belongs to the man who sows every day, rain or shine. You will be tested by boredom. Progress often feels slow, even invisible. The world is not going to cheer you on when you are in the grind. This is when most men quit. But the man who is willing to be bored for his vision, the man who keeps going long after the excitement fades, is the man who deserves what he seeks. Boredom is not a sign to quit. It is a sign to dig in. Real champions find power in repetition. They know that every hour invested, every task completed is another brick in the foundation of their vision. Every distraction you conquer, every impulse you deny, every hour you invest in your purpose increases your self-respect. A man cannot respect himself if he is always at the mercy of his environment. Self-respect is the hidden source of confidence. It is not given to you by others. It is earned in the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the choices you make when it would be easier to slip back into comfort. Never forget, each act of focus is an act of self-mastery. Do not let setbacks trick you into believing your vision is impossible. When the world pushes back, when you hit a wall, when you encounter defeat, do not let your mind wander to the easy escape. Return to your vision with greater intensity. Analyze the lesson. Adjust your approach, but never loosen your grip on your dream. The universe tests every man to see if he truly wants what he says he wants. Most men flinch and turn away. The persistent man endures, adapts, and presses forward with even greater conviction. Guard your words with the same intensity you guard your focus. Do not speak doubt over your vision. Never confess defeat to yourself or to others. Speak only what builds belief. When you talk about your vision, talk as if it is already coming into being. Words have power. Your mind listens to what your mouth says. Make every statement about your dream a command, not a question. Let your language become the builder of your future. Let your actions declare your vision to the world more than your words ever could. There is power in quiet execution. While the masses are busy talking, be busy building. Silence the need for approval. You do not owe the world explanations for your ambition. Your results will speak loud enough. Every day, move forward, even if no one notices. When your vision becomes reality, you will not need to explain how you got there. Focus is not just about saying no to the outside world. It is also about saying no to your own excuses. Your mind will try to bargain with you. It will whisper that you have done enough, that you are too tired, that you deserve a break. You must become the master of your own mind, not its servant. The most successful men in history are not those with the easiest paths, but those with the strongest will. Every excuse you overcome adds another layer of strength to your character. Every evening, review your day. Did you honor your vision with your focus? Did you move closer, even by an inch? If not, do not make excuses. Make a correction. Real growth is found in brutal self-honesty. Let each day's reflection sharpen your discipline for the next. Success is built in the compound interest of daily effort. No single day may feel significant, but a year of relentless focus will put you so far ahead that even you will be surprised. Never allow yourself to envy the speed of others. Everyone's journey is different. Some will appear to advance faster. Some will boast loudly of their victories. Let them. Your job is not to race against the world, but to advance your own vision. Every day you stay on your path, you become less like the crowd and more like the creator of your own destiny. Do not be distracted by other people's noise. Protect your mind from comparison, and your vision will grow stronger. One day you will look back at the mountain you have climbed, the sacrifices you have made, and the victories you have earned. You will realize it was never about speed, luck, or the applause of the world. It was about your commitment to a vision no one else could see, your discipline to keep moving when it would have been easier to quit, and your courage to stay focused in a world built for distraction. You will understand then, with the wisdom of experience, that the power to achieve was within you all along. The only requirement was that you never lose sight of your vision. When you have walked the path of vision long enough, you begin to see that real achievement is not the product of a single dramatic act, but the outcome of relentless self-leadership. The most dangerous enemy you will ever face is not the naysayer or the critic outside your door. It is the inner voice that tempts you to compromise. Every day you are given a new chance to either rise above this voice or surrender to it. The world is teeming with men who let their desires, moods, and fears dictate the direction of their lives. They move in circles, drifting from one distraction to another, never building anything of substance. If you wish to create something that endures, you must choose a different way. You must become a man who commands himself before he commands circumstances. It is not enough to have a vision. You must forge the mental discipline that protects and nurtures that vision against all threats, especially the threats that arise from within. Your own impatience, your doubts, your hunger for immediate results, these are the thieves that steal dreams before they ever materialize. Most men fail not because the dream was impossible, but because their will was weak. The vision you hold must become the anchor that keeps you from being swept away by passing feelings. When you are tempted to give up, when you feel the weight of discouragement, remember this. The world does not reward those who quit when it gets hard. The world pays tribute to the few who refuse to surrender. Discipline is not a trait you are born with. It is a muscle, and like any muscle, it must be trained and developed through repetition and challenge. The more you practice saying no to what does not serve your vision, the stronger you become. The more you force yourself to take action when you do not feel like it, the easier it becomes. You must approach your days like a craftsman approaches his work, methodically, with attention, and without complaint. Greatness is not a mood. It is a habit. If you want to rise above average, you must set a standard for yourself that is higher than what the world expects. Never measure your effort by what others are doing. Average men are satisfied with average effort. But the man who achieves his vision does not ask, "Have I done enough for today?" He asks, "Have I done everything required?" This is the difference that determines destiny. You will never regret pushing yourself beyond comfort, but you will always regret the moments you let yourself off the hook. There is a secret that every great builder, creator, or conqueror understands. Fatigue, boredom, and resistance are not signs to stop, but signs you are moving beyond the boundaries of your former self. They are evidence that you are building something new. Most people retreat at the first sign of discomfort. The disciplined man leans in. When you push through fatigue, you send a powerful message to your subconscious that you are the master, not the slave. This self-command, repeated day after day, forges a new identity. A man who finishes what he starts, no matter how he feels. To achieve your vision, you must guard your mind from the two greatest destroyers, doubt and distraction. Doubt is the silent assassin that creeps in when you are tired, when progress is slow, when setbacks appear. Do not negotiate with doubt. Banish it. Replace it immediately with a declaration of your intention. Speak your vision out loud if you must, until your mind obeys. Distraction is the thief that robs you of your focus 1 minute at a time. Build walls around your attention. If it does not move you toward your vision, cut it out ruthlessly. Remember, you are either building your dream or building someone else's. The choice is always yours. It is essential that you cultivate rituals that keep your vision alive and burning. Every morning, remind yourself of your purpose. Every night, measure your progress. These rituals are not mere routines. They are acts of loyalty to your own future. The man who keeps his promises to himself, even the smallest ones, becomes unstoppable. Every promise kept increases your belief in your own power. Every promise broken feeds the doubt that destroys empires. Expect resistance. Your environment will challenge your commitment. Family, friends, and colleagues may misunderstand you. They may ridicule your discipline or resent your ambition. Let them. You are not here to win their approval. You are here to fulfill your purpose. Never argue with the small-minded. Never explain your vision to those who have never built anything. Surround yourself with reminders of what you want to create. Let your environment reinforce your dream, not diminish it. Learn to welcome the slow progress, the setbacks, and even the failures. These are the true teachers. Every struggle refines your vision. Every mistake is a lesson carved into your character. Most men run from failure. The man who achieves his vision studies it, extracts its wisdom, and returns to the fight stronger than before. No man has ever risen to greatness without first falling and rising again. You must decide now and every day that no setback will define you. Only your response matters. If you do not program your mind for success, the world will program it for mediocrity. This is a law, not a suggestion. Make it your daily discipline to fill your mind with your vision, to feed it with ideas, images, and words that support your goal. Starve it of negativity and cynicism. The mind, like a garden, will produce whatever you plant and nurture. Plant seeds of greatness. Water them with effort and faith. Weed out the doubt the moment it appears. Above all, you must develop the ability to endure, to keep moving forward long after the initial passion has faded. Most men quit when the applause dies down, when the journey becomes a grind, when the reward seems distant. This is why so few ever finish. Decide right now that you will not be counted among them. Let your persistence become legendary, not for the world to admire, but for yourself to trust. The reward for unwavering focus and discipline is not just the achievement of your vision, it is the transformation of your character. You become a man you can trust, a man whose word means something, a man who knows that he can set a course and arrive at the destination, regardless of storms or setbacks. The world cannot give you this confidence. It is forged only in the fires of repeated self-mastery. If you persist long enough, your vision will begin to gather momentum. Others will start to notice. Opportunities will appear. Doors that were closed will open. But never be fooled. These are not gifts of luck, but the natural outcome of discipline applied over time. The universe rewards the man who refuses to be denied. Let your life be the evidence that this law is real. The only limits that matter are the ones you accept. Reject them. Replace every limitation with determination. Stay focused on your vision until you achieve it, and you will find that you have become more than you ever imagined possible. The farther you travel on the road of relentless vision, the more you must guard against the subtle enemies that grow stronger as you near your destination. Complacency, distraction, and the soft poison of approval. Many men lose the fire of their vision, not from outright failure, but from the gentle decay that sets in when they begin to coast on small victories. When your progress seems automatic, when the world offers you applause, and when your work becomes routine, that is the moment of greatest danger. The mind that once was sharp with hunger becomes dull with comfort. Success seduces you into believing the work is done. But understand this, greatness requires vigilance until the very last breath. If you have come far, remember this. Every inch gained must be defended. Your vision is never truly secure. Just as weeds can overtake an untended garden, so too can the small compromises, the lazy days, and the diluted standards destroy what took years to build. Do not confuse movement with progress. Activity without intention is the enemy of achievement. Ask yourself, each day, am I advancing my vision, or am I only maintaining what I have? The mind that remains active and creative, always stretching beyond comfort, is the mind that continues to grow. Stagnation is a choice, so is evolution. Every empire, be it a business, a relationship, a body of work, was first built by a man with a vision, but it was kept alive by the same man's ability to see new possibilities beyond his current success. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you begin to fall behind. Men who achieve something great do not rest on the laurels of yesterday. They use each victory as a foundation for the next, turning every success into a stepping stone, not a pedestal. Challenge yourself constantly. Set higher goals the moment you reach the last. Never let your vision shrink to fit your current reality. Instead, let your reality expand to meet the demands of your ever-growing vision. The mind is the master, but it is also the trickster. As you draw closer to your goal, your mind will offer justifications for comfort. You've done enough. You deserve a break. No one else has come this far. Ignore these whispers. Comfort is the thief of destiny. Discipline yourself to keep the hunger alive. Revisit your original vision often, and then amplify it. Let the thought of unfinished business, of unrealized potential drive you forward. Do not let satisfaction become your prison. Freedom is found not in ease, but in the pursuit of what still lies ahead. Success brings new temptations. The attention and admiration of others may lure you away from your original purpose. Fame and fortune are fleeting. Character is forever. Remember that your journey is not for show. You are not here to impress the world, but to fulfill the promise you made to yourself. Never substitute applause for progress. If your inner scorecard is empty, the world's praise is meaningless. Measure yourself only by your commitment to your vision and the distance you have yet to travel. As your influence grows, so does your responsibility to yourself, to your vision, and to those who are inspired by your journey. The higher you climb, the more your example matters. Others will look to you not just for the results you achieve, but for the discipline and integrity you demonstrate. Do not let your success breed arrogance. Instead, let it fuel humility, the recognition that you are still a student of your own potential, still learning, still reaching. True leaders are those who continue to demand more of themselves, regardless of the position they hold. Do not isolate yourself in your success. Find ways to give back, to share the lessons you have learned, to lift others as you climb. The act of teaching, mentoring, or inspiring others will keep your vision alive within you. It will remind you that your journey is part of a larger story, a story of growth, contribution, and impact. Every time you help someone else stay true to their vision, you reinforce your own. When challenges arise, and they will, face them with gratitude, not resentment. Each obstacle is a test of your resolve. Welcome the setbacks as opportunities to deepen your character and sharpen your focus. Do not waste energy complaining about the difficulties. Instead, ask yourself, how can I use this to grow stronger, wiser, more resilient? The man who makes adversity his ally is the man who cannot be defeated. One of the most powerful tools for sustaining vision is the art of reflection. Set aside time, weekly or monthly, to review your journey. Celebrate the progress, but more importantly, identify the gaps, the overlooked opportunities, and the patterns that may threaten your forward motions. Honest self-appraisal is the foundation of continued growth. If you cannot face your own weaknesses, you are unfit to pursue greatness. If you can, you are unstoppable. The world is littered with the remains of abandoned dreams. The graveyard of potential is filled with men who started strong but failed to finish because they could not withstand the temptations of ease, distraction, or self-doubt. Make a vow, here and now, that your vision will not join them. Discipline yourself to finish everything you start. See every project, every relationship, every commitment through to its conclusion. Completion is a habit, and habits are destiny. Success is not an end point, but a way of life. Each day, you have a choice to move closer to your vision or further from it. No one will do the work for you. No one can carry your vision but you. There is no shortcut, no hack, no substitute for sustained effort and unwavering focus. Do not let anyone, least of all yourself, convince you otherwise. Your future is the sum of your daily disciplines. Build the right ones, and there is no limit to how far you can go. If you ever find yourself losing sight of your vision, return to the beginning. Remember why you started. Reconnect with the desire that first set you on this path. Let the fire of your original intention reignite your passion and determination. It is this continual recommitment to your vision that will carry you past every barrier and into the life you were meant to live. Stay focused, stay hungry, and never ever stop building toward the future you know is possible. There comes a moment, sometimes quietly and sometimes with great turmoil, when every man is forced to confront the ultimate test of his focus. Persistence in the face of chaos, doubt, and the temptation to surrender to the world's noise. It is here that vision must become more than a picture in your mind or a phrase on your lips. It must transform into the very pulse of your existence. Something you guard with every breath, defend with every choice, and honor with every action. Many dream, few pursue. Even fewer endure. The man who achieves what he sets out to accomplish is not the most gifted, the most fortunate, or the most connected. He is the one who refuses to let go of his vision, even when everything conspires to break his grip. This discipline, this stubborn refusal to be shaken, does not come from blind optimism or reckless willpower. It comes from daily training, a repeated and relentless turning of your attention back to the vision that set your soul on fire. When you wake, you remind yourself why you began. Throughout your day, you filter distractions through the lens of your highest goal. Does this bring me closer, or does it pull me away? Every night, you review your progress, not to flatter yourself, but to find every inch where you lost focus, and to resolve that tomorrow you will do better. This process is not glamorous, but it is the secret of all high achievement. You will notice that as you remain focused, as your mind becomes a laser, and your habits become a wall that guards your purpose, the world begins to shift. Circumstances, people, and opportunities that once seemed out of reach will drift into your orbit. This is not superstition. It is the result of your unwavering attention. The universe moves for those who move for themselves. The man who is distracted builds nothing of lasting value. The man who is focused bends reality to his will. The forces that once opposed you, fear, doubt, mediocrity, become powerless in the face of your commitment. There will be days when the path ahead is obscured by fog, when progress feels slow and the fruits of your labor seem distant. These are the moments that separate the committed from the casual. Most abandon their vision in these dark nights of the soul, trading the discomfort of uncertainty for the safety of the known. But you must resolve to become the exception. Embrace the uncertainty, for it is the crucible where character is forged. Remember that all great things grow in darkness before they reach the light. Your vision is the seed, your focus is the water and sunlight. Feed it daily, even when nothing seems to change. Nature rewards only those who refuse to quit. There is a power that comes from living each day with intention, from knowing exactly what you want and refusing to accept anything less. You begin to move with a quiet confidence that others can sense, even if they cannot understand it. Your presence becomes an invitation for others to rise, to believe in what is possible, to stretch beyond the mediocrity of their own limits. As you become a living example of unwavering focus, you will inspire in others the courage to pursue their own visions, to walk their own hard roads, and to persevere when others have surrendered. Never underestimate the influence you carry, not only over your destiny, but over the destinies of those who witness your journey. Leadership is not granted by title or position, but by the willingness to go further, dig deeper, and hold tighter to your purpose than anyone else is willing to do. Your discipline, your habits, your unbreakable focus become the standard by which others measure themselves. This is your legacy, not just the goals you achieve, but the fire you kindle in the hearts of others who follow your example. Understand this. Staying focused on your vision is a daily act of courage. The world will forever tempt you with the ease of distraction and the comfort of average. You will be invited again and again to drop your standards, to betray your purpose for the fleeting rewards of pleasure, approval, or short-term gain. The only way to win is to say no 1,000 times to what is not your vision, and yes every day to the hard, lonely, noble path you have chosen. Greatness is not found in the big moments, but in the small, invisible decisions that no one but you will ever witness. As you approach the realization of your vision, do not loosen your grip. The final mile is always the hardest. Fatigue, boredom, the weight of delayed gratification, these are the last guardians of the treasure you seek. Many who have survived every trial fall at this last hurdle because they confuse nearness with arrival. Finish strong. Let the final steps be taken with as much intensity as the first. See the process through to its end, and only then permit yourself to rest, not because you are weary, but because you have fulfilled the promise you made to yourself. And when you have achieved what you set out to do, do not become complacent. Great men are not satisfied with a single victory. They use each accomplishment as fuel for the next vision, the next challenge, the next ascent. Life's greatest satisfaction is not in the arrival, but in the constant evolution that comes from pursuing ever greater visions. You are not a creature of comfort. You are an architect of destiny. Stay restless, stay focused, and never stop building. In the end, you will discover that the journey of vision is the ultimate journey of self-mastery. The external achievements, wealth, recognition, status, are only reflections of the man you have become on the inside. Disciplined, relentless, undistracted. This is the greatest reward of all. To become a man who does not flinch in the face of adversity, who does not lose himself in the storms of life, who can hold a vision with such clarity and conviction that the world bends to his will. This is your birthright, your responsibility, and your gift to the world. So remember, guard your vision as you would guard your life, because your vision is your life. Refuse to let go, no matter how hard the winds blow, no matter how long the nights become, no matter how lonely the road may feel. Stand firm, endure, and watch as all things are added to the man who never stops striving for the fulfillment of his vision. This is the law of achievement. This is the path of greatness. And this, above all, is the only way to live a life that is truly worthy of being called your own. The man who has lived this discipline, who has kept his vision alive through every setback and disappointment, who has mastered the art of focus until it has become instinct, will discover a secret that eludes the masses. The pursuit of a great vision is not merely the act of achieving an outward goal, but the inward process of shaping one's soul into something indestructible. What begins as a fragile hope, easily shaken by circumstance or the doubts of others, is hardened by daily devotion. It becomes over time a living force, a conviction that cannot be purchased, borrowed, or inherited, but must be earned in the crucible of struggle. As you travel this path, you will recognize that the world itself is changed, not by crowds or committees, but by individuals who refuse to surrender their dreams. You will see that progress is not a result of luck or favorable conditions, but of one man or woman holding the line when it would have been easier to fall back. Your vision, tested by time, misunderstood by many, will become the very thing that draws allies to your cause and resources to your hand. People are drawn to those who are clear about what they want and relentless in their pursuit. In a world full of wanderers, the focused man is a lighthouse, attracting opportunities, respect, and the loyalty of those who wish to find purpose of their own. But do not be fooled. This is not the easy path. There will be betrayals, losses, days when you are forced to carry on alone. There will be moments when your vision is the only light left in the darkness, when you must be both your own encouragement and your own taskmaster. There will be times when you question your own sanity, when every instinct screams for the comfort of conformity or the safety of a smaller dream. Yet it is in these moments, these hours when most would quit, that you must dig deepest, standing by your vision with the same loyalty you would expect from a trusted friend. Do not betray yourself. The world has enough men who abandon their posts. Do not become one of them. If you continue, if you persist beyond every reasonable stopping point, if you outlast your critics and even your own doubts, you will one day awaken to the quiet satisfaction of a life lived with purpose. You will know, in a way words cannot capture, the difference between existence and true living. Your victories will not just be measured by what you have acquired, but by what you have become. Your mind will have grown stronger, your will unbreakable, your capacity to shape your future undeniable. This is the essence of greatness, to be the master of your fate, to bend reality until it matches the shape of your vision, to have left nothing on the table, nothing untried, nothing regretted. And when others look to you for guidance, when the younger, the uncertain, and the ambitious seek your wisdom, remember this. Tell them the truth. Achievement is not for the faint of heart. Dreams without discipline are wasted breath. Tell them to expect adversity, to welcome resistance, to see every setback as proof they are on the right road. Tell them to train their focus as a man trains his muscles, with repetition, with effort, with the willingness to endure pain for the promise of strength. Remind them that every distraction is an enemy. Every temptation to quit is a test. And every day is a new opportunity to prove themselves worthy of their vision. The world changes for the better, always and only by the quiet persistence of men and women who keep their eyes on the summit. not because the journey is easy, but because it is necessary. Not because the rewards are immediate, but because they are ultimate. The legacy of every great achievement is written not in stone, monuments, or financial ledgers, but in the example of a life lived for a purpose greater than comfort or acceptance. Be that example. Let your vision be so clear, your discipline so consistent, that you leave no doubt success was not an accident, but the result of focus, persistence, and an unshakable refusal to quit. So, as you step forward from here, remember, the vision is not separate from the man. It is the truest reflection of who you have chosen to become. Guard it, feed it, honor it, and never, ever turn your back on it. The man who stays focused until the very end will always find that the world in the end cannot help but yield to his will. Stay the course. Finish the race. Let your story be the proof for generations to come that anything is possible for the man who never lets go of his vision